Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on the main channel, and today we are back with another top 10. Top 10s are back, but this time is a little bit different because it's the top 10 worst.
It's technically a bottom 10.
It's a
No,
bottom
it's
10.
What is it? Just the worst 10.
Worst 10. So we're doing a worst 10 today. As you can see in here, we are joined by the top 10 crew. We're joined by H and Jack.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
And today
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty. And today we're doing the top 10 worst Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. Now that all 96 tracks are in the game, we can. The new ones have been out for at least a week or so we can put them on the list if we think they're terrible.
We've had time to digest and process everything that's happened.
And I think this is the biggest one we've done so far because we've got 17 lists. I think that's the highest we've ever done. I'm pretty sure.
I think that might be the biggest one.
Yes. So.
I think it is.
So the maximum points a track can get is 170 points.
Okay.
If everyone put them first. Obviously,
we're
that's
not going to have any consistency though, because
this is Diva's Ditto top 10, and there's no consistency at all ever. So before we
are there any ties like?
There are two ties in the top 15. There's two ties in the top 15.
That's not too bad.
So
knowing the Diva's Ditto top 10s, we'll probably have something in here that was also in like our top 10 Mario Kart 8 tracks from way back.
Yeah.
There'll probably be something in this list that was also in that one, knowing us. So.
If I was smart, I would have gotten that list up now just to compare, but we moved.
Well, I remember Moo Moo Meadows won.
Moo Moo Meadows won, but it didn't. Mount Wario won because I maths wrong. Sorry. So we got lists from me. I asked everyone who was in Twitch Plays Mario Kart, so there's a lot more lists from that. So we've got Xenouse, we've got Ness, we've got Froggy, Lil, Lanky, Burley, H, Sprangle, Foss, Alcarez, Luke, Sam, Eggy, Susie, Lily, and Jack. So
that's everyone.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people, and there are confirmed there are 96 tracks in the game. Correct.
Yep.
I have 73 different tracks on my list.
Ooh, okay.
So only like 18, 19 is work out which ones.
All the other ones that aren't, and then that's basically our best tracks.
Yeah, so I think what's going to be really interesting is take note of the 23. Yeah, 23 that didn't get any votes, because those should be the ones everybody likes, and then see how that compares. Spoiler, next time we do a top 10 for the most liked ones.
Yes, exactly. But I feel like they're going to be the tracks which people like don't hate but don't like. They're like the
that's kind of the thing with these, is that it attracts like the extremes, like tracks that you're just indifferent towards. Like I don't know. I mean, just like like Mario Kart Stadium, maybe just like the most basic of basic tracks. Like you know, just not think about it at all. You know.
Yes.
So
So we're all into the top 15. Let's do this. Okay, so in joint 13th place.
Oh, for God's sake.
Because we have this is one of the two ties in the entire list, which is 13th place.
Okay.
These three tracks all got 18 points.
Okay.
Bearing in mind I have 170, we're already at 18, this low already. We have three different tracks. I feel like I'm going to say the one which would cause the least controversy first.
Okay.
Which is Alpine Pass / Rock Mountain.
Oh my God! What?
What?
So yes, that
I really like that track.
The thing is, I know people hate it because literally 100% gliding.
Yeah, but that's why I like it, because it offers something like it's a bit of a novelty, because like it's one of the only tracks that has that much gliding in it. So I think that's what kind of sets it apart from the others.
Yeah. Like I remember saying before with like, was it sort of the Wario one where it's just like the
which Wario
it's
one?
Like
there's like 5 Wario ones.
That one Wario track.
Gold Mine, Mountain, Stadium. Mountain, yes.
It's basically each lap is different.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't go round again.
Yeah, it's just like one
full straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think having some tracks that is like slightly different concepts is
Yeah.
quite good actually.
Yeah,
So,
I can understand why this got points. I think the reason for it is because if specific people have reasons to dislike
Okay.
it, obviously because we asked the people who do Twitch plays Mario Kart, a lot of them are going to be into competitive Mario
Yeah,
Kart,
there's
which
got a
means they're
varying
going to
amount,
be
yeah.
people who don't want a track that's got a lot of gliding in, because gliding is not as strategic as the regular racing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can understand why it got votes, but yeah, I don't agree personally.
Yeah, I feel like it's a mid track for me, so I'm not like.
I
It's
quite
on the fence
like it.
about
It was one of my favorites from 3DS, and I'm glad they brought it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm personally I like it a lot, but I can understand why people voted for it.
So joint with Rock Mountain is, do you want the retro course first, or do you want the Mario Kart 8 track first?
Go with the retro one.
Retro, it's DS track.
Okay.
It's TikTok clock.
TikTok
Yes.
clock.
H put this.
This is all H though, isn't it? Because
H-
you probably put it at number 1, didn't you?
yes, I put it number 1. I hate that track.
What is wrong with TikTok clock?
Why do you hate it? It's a great track.
I love TikTok clock.
So it's just so annoying,
Why?
and it's not like. It's not like what I would call a track.
Why?
Yes, we need context here. You put it first.
Because this really interests me, because this is
And it's there's not really any shortcuts on the track either. There's no. The best thing about the track is music.
Part.
I like the music. I like the part where you fly through and don't dodge all the clocks and the clocks. The clock
I like that it's a reference to a specific game as well, because this is something that I always like tracks that reference specific games. This obviously is from Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
It's the same as a lot of people were kind of meh about Rosalina's Ice World, but I like it because it's got the Galaxy references in it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sad that we didn't get a new Donk City track, because I think that would have been really good.
Odyssey, yeah. Same as
I
Yoshi
don't
Island
really
and
know
stuff.
what's wrong with it. I mean, obviously 10 of those 18 points come from 8.
Yeah.
So, but I'm guessing the others probably do come from what you said, which is that there's no shortcuts. That probably is going to be a stickler for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only
Sorry,
shortcuts right at the end. I think there's at the end. There's on the first level or something you can do it.
Gear things you can go over.
Yeah. So that's about it.
But,
That's not really a shortcut.
yeah, it's not really a
shortcut,
shortcut. It's just
no.
basically a speed boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It just speed boost that changes sides every lap.
Yeah.
Trust me, when you've been playing it ever since the DS days, you remember which one it is on which lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very old
It
one.
was the same with more. That changes every time.
Yeah, click them all.
But yeah, that's fine. At least it's only joint 13th.
Yes,
If it was in the
it's not
top
the-
10, I would have been really upset.
Yeah. We move on to the other track. Oh, go on.
I think TikTok's the only track that I don't like.
That is so interesting. It's such a weird choice to be your most hated.
Yeah. To be fair, I've only got 2 on my list which I actually hate. The others were boring or mid.
I've got 4, and I think all of them are probably going to be on the list here somewhere. So
Yeah.
we'll get into those.
So the last track joint with TikTok Clock and Rock Mountain is Dragon Driftway.
Dragon Driftway. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alcaraz must be fuming right now.
Alcaraz is fuming right now. Who had it high? I don't even know anymore. Who had Dragon Driftway high? I don't think anyone had it top 3. I think a lot of people had oh, Susie put it first. That's 10 points there.
Okay.
So, yeah. I feel like Dragon Driftway is such a it's a good track, but I think it's one of those forgotten good tracks, I would say.
I think it's yeah, I guess part of it is that it's kind of it feels very samey. I will say that the whole track does feel very samey. Nothing really switches up at all. And it's not my favorite track. It would be somewhere in the middle for me.
Yeah,
but,
middle.
I am surprised that it got votes, because it's I know it's got 1 or 2 shortcuts. I know it's quite technical. It's not the easiest track to drive. I think the theme is really cool. Again, you haven't played Super Mario Galaxy 2, but it's all themed around a boss from that game, which is such a weirdly specific thing to have a track based on, but it's really cool.
Good. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I would. It's not on my list. I wouldn't have had it that low, but
it's not my list either.
Mine would be in somewhere in the 30s, probably.
Yeah,
yeah,
mine would be
that's
down
where
there,
I'd
like
have
20,
it around
30s around, yeah.
late 20s, early 30s kind of
Yeah.
thing. Is probably where I'd have it.
It's also very. I think it's unforgotten because obviously it was DLC for the Mario Kart 8. And like you had the big tracks like you had Yoshi Circuit, you had the Animal Crossing and Hyrule, all those good ones. And Dragon Drift was kind of just like, hi, I'm here as well, but
Yeah,
no
it's
one
like
hated
one of
it.
those ones that just also got added.
Yeah,
I reckon if it was. Reckon if it was in the base game, it'd probably be better.
Yeah, quite
Yeah.
possibly. To be fair,
it's very odd, very odd one, isn't it?
yeah.
So we move on up to 12th place.
Okay.
With 21 points, so 3 points more. Again, it's a Mario Kart 8 track, and it's Twisted Mansion.
Why is that so? Why is that on the list?
Honestly, I don't know. It's one of the 2 spoopy tracks in the entire game, and it's there.
Yeah, it's one of the only spoopy tracks, and until recently, it was the only spoopy track.
track.
We only
It
got
was
bootleg
bootleg
in
very
like Wave
recently.
3 or something.
Was it Wave
But,
3 or 4?
I
Yeah.
will admit, Twisted Mansion is quite a low one for me. It would be in like if this was a top 20, like it probably would have made that for me.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because like I think a big part of it is because it is so Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wish they just added Luigi's Mansion instead.
It's like Luigi's Mansion like beta, like BTEC.
Yeah.
BTEC Luigi's Mansion. It's like it's good,
Well,
but it's not Luigi's Mansion.
Well, yeah, I just look at it and I just think, why couldn't they have just made this a revamped Luigi's Mansion? You know,
exactly.
Kind of like how we've got a revamped like Yoshi Island course. Well, I mean, it's not revamped. There never was an old one, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think it could have been Luigi's Mansion.
It just isn't.
I don't like hate the theme, but I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's the same as like in like the mainline Mario games. Like the Boo levels are always my least favorites because they're just so tedious to go through, and this just kind of feels a bit like that for me.
Yeah, like I like.
It just, like... Sorry, go on.
Like I like the shortcut, obviously with through the thing. You've got the boos at the end, which I really like as well. I do like the track, but it's, again, I'd put it like midi tier place kind of thing.
Yeah, like for me, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't say it's low for me because I actively hate stuff about it. It's more just that it doesn't do anything amazingly well.
Yeah, it's kind of just
for
like
me.
Again,
like obviously, it's like one of the like earlier tracks in the game, I think, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was one of the few spoopy tracks, and I kind of used to like the spoopy tracks back in the day. I feel like it's like the only one, so I'll have to force to be liked it because it's the one of like 2.
Yeah, and because Boo Lake is such a different vibe than this one, it's
Twisted Mansion.
I will say that, like, in terms
different.
of theme, like it is kind of like unique in the game because there's no other tracks like it at all.
At all, no.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I like it because you've obviously got that shortcut with the bookshelf.
Yeah, the bookshelf shortcut. Yeah.
The shortcut at the end, we go past all the statues.
Yeah.
And it's got a good variety of corners. Some are like 90 degrees. Some are nice sweeping ones, etc. Some are like more chicanes. So bit of everything.
Bit of everything in Twist Mansion, but it's just not Luigi's Mansion.
No, that's my only. I'd say that's one of the only downfalls. I'd say.
Yeah, it's just not Luigi.
It's not Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. So,
but you know,
the one track which just missed out on the top 10 got 25 points.
Okay.
It's
25.
It's a DLC track. It was on the 3DS.
Oh.
Toad Circuit.
Okay,
What?
yeah. Honestly, I expected that. I'm surprised that's not higher, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, for me, Toad
Circuit.
Again, like we've got this Toad Circuit is a Marmite track. People either love it or hate it. There is no in the middle.
See, I just think Toad Circuit is just like. I think it's a combination of things, right? I think it's the fact that it's so like in Mario Kart 7, it was like the big like starter track. Okay, you've got like Mario Kart Stadium or Luigi Circuit or whatever. This was the Luigi Circuit of that game. It was just the very first track, So because it's a circuit track, it's instantly not got a huge amount going on. It's kind of a basic course, really.
Yeah.
You've got like that one like ramp, and that one bit where you like glide over the bridge, but that's about it. So it's kind of a basic layout. I think the fact that it was like the first wave, and one of the 8 courses was something that was very, in a lot of people's eyes, a basic pick didn't help.
Yeah.
And plus the fact that in wave 1 the graphics were awful.
Yeah.
And like obviously they were like, oh shit, we need to actually try here, and they've made all the other tracks like amazing since then. Like wave 6 looks like they could have been in the base game, you know.
Yeah.
But wave 1, I mean, it looks so ugly. It looks so horrible.
It looks ugly. Like you said, it was in the first wave, so this is the first stretch we've had for about 5, 6, 7 years or whatever, and we get Toad Circuit, and we're like, whoa.
And I think the more I think about it, again, now that we've got all of the tracks, and we know that there were other tracks like Dino Jungle, Airship Fortress, Luigi's Mansion that were missed out, but we got
Toad fucking Circuit.
It, like, it does.
It's one of those.
Boggle the mind a little bit.
Mm.
I love the music. I love the corners. I love the shortcut with the pipes. I love the track. But I agree with the design. I agree with the graphics on it though.
Yeah.
It's just the grass.
It's just grass.
It's the lime flat surface.
Remember, like Coconut Mall, when the cars didn't move to start off with,
and they updated
and then they fixed it because everyone was in an uproar about it. It's like makes me wonder why they haven't gone back and just updated that bloody grass.
It's because people care about Coconut Mall and they don't care about Toad Circuit.
I mean, true. Coconut Mall was like the big track of Wave 1 where they were like, look at this track we've got.
Yeah.
But the thing with Coconut Mall as well is, like, the cars do like donuts in the car park on the Switch. If you played the one in Tour, they would do exactly how they would do it on the Wii.
Yeah.
Why did they change it?
Well, this is just it, and I think in Tour as well, Toad Circuit, the grass looks better on Tour.
It does.
Like, it looks better on Tour, so like...
Because my phone does better graphics than the proper Nintendo Switch console.
Yeah, so like, people were saying like, oh, they've just like lazily ported it from Tour and haven't upped the graphics, but they've actually downgraded
the graphics
from Tour. Like, and so that doesn't make any sense to me, and like, I can understand why there were concerns that they weren't going to put much effort into the like booster course pack, but I'm glad that we were proven wrong. I'll just say that. But yeah, I had that at number 5. That's like just barely outside my like, because I've got 4 I hate, and then
that's
Toad Circuit is like my number 5.
Yeah.
So Toad Circuit just escapes it because I don't hate it. I just think it's a missed opportunity.
Toad Circuit would probably be my 15th best course.
15th best.
Wow. Out of 96. That's quite
wild. That is very wild. So we move on to top 10 now.
Okay.
So Toad Circuit got 25, just missing out. 10th place got 26.
Ooh.
Point. It's a tour track.
Okay.
It is the only. It's the only tour track on the entire top 15.
Ah, okay.
It's it came in wave 5, I think. Yeah, wave 5. It's Athens.
Athens Dash. Okay.
I put this second because I actually really hate this course.
Yeah.
Because it is just like there's nothing like exciting you go through. It's like especially the end bit. I fucking hate the end where you have to jump up the fucking mountain. It's like I hate this so much. Every time we played it, I go, oh god, we're here again.
I replayed it recently. Like just the other day, I replayed it because I remember you said after or during the charity stream that it was one of your least favorites, and I thought, was it really that bad? So I went back and replayed it, and like, it wasn't as bad as I remembered it being, but I still don't really like it. I think the problem it has is there's a lot of parts where it's really not clear where you're meant to go.
Yeah.
Like, there's that one bit where you like have to go up that like really steep, dusty staircase, and it feels unnatural to go that way. It feels like you're not meant to do that.
Yeah.
I know.
There are a couple of nice bits. Like there's that one bit where you can like drive on top of the pillars. Is quite cool, but and I like that it's not just in the middle of the city like most of the tour tracks are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's lower for me in terms of the
Lovely.
C
Yeah.
tracks as well. It's one of my lower ones.
Like for me, each wave I've liked the tour tracks more. So like Madrid and Rome are like one of my favourite ones now. But I feel like they get better and better and better and better. The wave 5 came out and went, well, bam, then went back up again.
See, for me, it's kind of been a bit all over the place because I like. We totally should do one of these just ranking the tour tracks at this rate. But I mean, like, for me, like, it's kind of been a bit all over the place because, like, Paris Promenade is still one of the higher ones for me. Like, it's still one of the ones I prefer to some of the others. But then you've got, like, you got ones like that I just find really forgettable, like Bangkok Rush, Roma Vanti, Berlin Byways. I just find a lot of them really forgettable. And then, of course, you've got, like, Singapore Speedway, which is just one of my favourites.
People like Singapore, people like Paris,
I really like,
people like.
I do like London as well.
London
to be fair, I think London's pretty good. I don't mind Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's a bit all over the place for me, but yeah, I can see why Athens is a bit lower down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really like it. I had it third.
I had it second. There's one of the two tracks I hate. You obviously know what my other one is, but.
So 17 of those 25 points were you two.
Yeah.
Pretty
much.
I mean, the thing also is like, so I can't remember if you just jump down or glide a bit, and it goes like where the Colosseum is, and immediately when you hit the ground, there's a corner. Like it's not even like at least a second to.
Yeah, like some parts just feel really unnatural to navigate, don't they? So yeah.
Yeah, I think I put it high because it's my least favourite tour track, and it's like I just don't like I don't enjoy playing on Athens Dash. Like I enjoy like 94, 93 the rest of the game. Just there's like 2 or 3 tracks I hate this track so much. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those ones where like I'd never vote for it. Like if it comes up, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. But I'd never choose it.
I'd never choose. I would never do it. That's how I did make my list really, because I played through all the tracks and I'm like, well, if these 3 came up on online, would I pick that above these 2? No, I'd go down and down and down and down.
I mean,
like that.
I guess, yeah. That's kind of similar to the process I do because I just do it one by one. Just like, right, is this above this track? Yeah. Is it above this one? Yes, but it's not above this one. I just try to do it based on that.
Yeah, I group the tours together and go right. Which is the worst tour? Okay, I'll put it down there and then work up from there. But Amphitheatre was like, no, this is. Anyway, I could run about Athens for ages, but we're going on to 9th place.
9th place.
1 point more.
Okay.
27. Worse than Athens.
We have. I think this was 8 DLC.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I know people hate it. It's Alcaraz Land, but the cheese one, Cheeseland. Cheeseland is number 9.
This is one that I thought was going to be a lot higher on the list. I'm not going to lie. I'm not surprised that it's in the top 10. For me, I had this number 2. I fucking hate this track. It's one of the 4 tracks in the game that I hate.
To be fair, I put it quite low because I just hate the BS shortcut at the end. That's what carried down a lot for me. But I like if that last part of the track wasn't there, I really like the track. It's just that bit at the end where people like I'm thinking, yes, I'm winning, and then like 2 seconds later, I'm in 8th place. I'm like, well, no one's ever taken me. They've just done the stupid shortcut and just went, okay, brilliant.
Yeah, for me, there's a lot I hate about the track. So I hate the shortcut, like you said. I think it brings out the worst of like the players who do the bullshit like item bagging and that. Like I hate all of that shit, and it just brings out that track is one of the worst ones for it.
Yeah,
because you will literally get people. Sorry, online you will literally get people like breaking like near those last item boxes. And it's like, what the hell? Like, why are you breaking? Like, just get a life and play the game normally, you weirdos.
Yeah.
But I hate that. I hate the little lumps all over the course that make you do like a mini jump. When you're trying to drift and you hit one of those, it fucks you up completely, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like I don't like how like sharp some of the turns are. I feel like some of the turns are more sharp than they should be. And I hate the theme of it as well. A track made of cheese. I mean, just imagine like all this like horrible cheese that's been under the sun with like rubbers burning on it. Like,
Yeah.
Smell disgusting.
Love it. Love cheese.
What kind of cheese do you think it is? You think it's like ghost cheese or something? Like,
No, it's definitely
bit of red Leicester, like
Gouda or Edam or something. Swiss. Swiss cheese.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, generic cheese, isn't it?
But, yeah, I don't like it. I'd never choose it online. It's one of the few tracks that I just don't enjoy at all.
Yeah, that is fair.
So yeah,
I mean, I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Like,
I've got it like by like 50-60 range, but it's like I would pick it, but it would be a lot higher if it wasn't that bullshit shortcut at the end.
Yeah, no, it's one of the only tracks that I will audibly groan if it gets picked online.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't know how well this works, but apparently with Wave 6 they've done stuff so that if you break through a item box, or you go through item boxes and go sort of back and forward or whatever, then it will deliberately give you a crap item.
Yeah, they've like sort of patched it so it's harder to do it. But people online have already started finding ways around it. They started saying like, oh, if you like reverse from further away, it'll work, or like if you break far away, it'll work. Like they're already trying to find bullshit ways around it to keep making the game unfun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's for most games, really. People find like, oh, this is a like hack to the biggest win all the time. Like, okay,
oh
cool.
yeah,
make it as you do.
Way of the world. Anyway,
next up, there's a theme here. 1 point more.
Oh my god.
8th place.
8th place
is again a Mario Kart 8 track.
Okay.
It's one of the later tracks from the base game.
Right.
Cloudtop Cruise.
Oh, Cloudtop Cruise. Okay, I thought that was going to be another one. Okay, Cloudtop Cruise.
It's
I
what
quite like that.
Yeah, I like it.
It's kind of. I can't put my finger on it. Like, it's not on my list, but it probably might have been on my list. But I don't know why.
It would be like middle of the pack for me. I wouldn't put it that low down. I think like. Yeah, I don't really know what's wrong with it. Like, it's got shortcuts. It's got like a decent amount of difficulty.
Yeah.
Like,
different types of corners. The music's quite good.
Like, if you said to me what's wrong with Cloudtop Cruise, I couldn't give you like a definitive answer. But if you said what's good with it, I wouldn't be able to give you a definitive answer.
Yeah,
it's
the only bit I would say is definitively like not that good about Cloudtop Cruise is no, not the lightning actually. I was going to say the bit right at the start where like again the course is like really lumpy and it makes it really hard to like perform tricks or do a drift or anything.
Yeah.
That's the only part of the course I don't like is the very start. But the rest of it I don't really see a problem with. I like having like the little airship you go over, and I like the lightning section actually. I just think it makes it a little bit more like, you know, a bit more high risk, high rewards.
I feel like it's a little bit. It's got. I wouldn't say it's got Airship Fortress vibes to it, but not really.
It's got a teeny tiny bit. It's kind of like if you took like making like a regular like, you know, sky map and you just like put in like just a pinch of Airship Fortress. And that's Cloudtop Cruise. Yeah, I don't know why it's that high on the list. I wouldn't put it there at all.
No. I think
maybe somebody who put it that high. Who put it that high then?
Let's have a look. Froggy had it first.
Okay.
Who else had it high? That's it. No one else had it top 3.
A lot of people had it low down, and then one person had it first.
A couple had it like 4th, 5th, 6th. Lil had it 6th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you did put it on your list, maybe explain in the comments why you didn't like it, because I don't really get it.
I don't either. We are confused.
.com.
We move on. Next on the list.
Not Swan.
1 point more.
1 point more again. Oh my god, this is so close.
7th place. This is the second track, which is actually on my list we've talked about so far.
Okay.
It's a Schnauze track.
Okay.
Okay.
There's one of two. This is going to be.
Um, it's Mario Circuit 3.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, I like
So
this track.
I
so
put
we've
it.
already, for reference, we've had that is hang on, 1, 2. That's the third one out of my top 10 that's on the list, and I'm pretty sure at least 6 of them are going to be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I had this at number 6.
It's like so boring. Nothing happens. The graphics
Yeah.
a bit are like not great. They're just blocks. I know it's a Snow track, so there's
Yes.
not much to work on, but there is other good Snow tracks.
Well,
Like-
this is the thing, right? I think the biggest crime it commits is just being dull.
Yeah.
Like, it is just a SNES track. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing. They haven't added anything. Nothing interesting about it. It's just a standard
Standard
track where
Snow
nothing
track.
happens. And the whole thing of like it's a SNES track, so you can't do much. Now that we've got Bowser's Castle 3
Bowser's
and
Castle
they
3.
absolutely nailed it, there's no way you can say that there's nothing they could have done with it. I mean, look at like in the base game, GBA Mario Circuit. Like
Yeah.
even like just a small change, like having that one bit where it's just like elevated into the air and it becomes anti-gravity.
Yeah.
That changes it up. They could have easily done something like that for this
Yeah.
as well,
Just
but they just
change it up a
didn't.
little bit, but it's literally just
So like, it's
corners.
just boring. It's so boring. Nothing happens. Like, it's just, ugh. It's just such a bland, uninspired pick.
track.
And when you look at like, I mean, in the same wave as we got this, we got Snowland, which is from Super Circuit, which also had the same like, flat 2D courses that the original did. But look what they did with Snowland. They completely revamped it, and it's one of your favourite courses.
Yeah, it's top 5.
And then in the same wave, we got this.
Which is like bottom 7. I put this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I think I put this 6th.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, like
You want my list?
you what?
It wasn't on my list.
Yeah, you said that you didn't mind it. So, what's your
Yeah.
opinion on this?
Because I know a lot of people like the basic circuit.
I mean, I understand, like, why people don't like it,
Yeah,
but for me, I think about the track layout
yeah,
quite a bit, and sort of the actual layout is quite good, and the music's not quite decent. So
Yeah, the
that sort
music's
of puts
alright.
the music's alright on it. Yeah,
The one thing I do like about it is, like you said, is the track layout, because I do like that one bit in the middle which has got like that really sharp, like
Really
basically
sharp.
a U-turn in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that part, but that's about the only bit that I look forward to on each lap. Like
Yeah.
the rest of it could just the rest of it I could literally just
Fall
go into
asleep.
a coma.
yeah.
Like-
It's one of those because I know people
Yeah.
like. I know people
He's
like.
dying.
I am dying. That's why I've been sneaking in fruit sherbets while we're talking. Shut up!
No.
Dismiss. I know I'm
We'll
dying.
reach
Really.
number 1 before Davis dies.
Well, I'll just eat some more of my fruit sherbets and we'll keep continuing. Right. So, yeah, SNES Mario Circuit 3 was in number. Was that 7? That was 7, wasn't it? Yeah, it
That
was number 7.
7, yeah.
Next up, we've got our only other tie on the list in 5th place. Both have 31, so it's a 2-point jump.
Okay.
One of these tracks is retro. One is Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
Which one would you like first?
Let's have the Mario Kart 8, 'cause we've talked about a few retro tracks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a desert one. Bone dry dunes.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is another one I was expecting to be on here. This is also on my list in number 1. This is my most hated track in this godforsaken game.
Mm.
Okay.
Continue.
So, I hate this track so much. I hate the layout of it.
Mm.
I hate. I always find the desert themed tracks boring, bar none. Like I've never found any of them interesting at all. So that already has a mark against it. I hate the layout. I think it's so like unnecessarily like bumpy and wavy, and there's all sorts of like weird, unnatural turns. That one bit where you go past like the undead piranha plant or whatever, like the giant one, and then to get that shortcut, you immediately do like a sharp 90-degree
yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
I hate it. I miss
I
it
hate that
every
bit.
time. I hate that part so much because it's one of the few shortcuts in Mario Kart that I cannot consistently get, and it frustrates the living daylights out of me. So I don't like this track at all. I don't like, again, it's another track that's got like a huge bullshit shortcut right at the very end.
Yeah.
Just there's so many things that I just hate about it. Ugh. Yeah, this is my number one, and it is the only track that I will just be physically just angry if I have to play it.
Yeah.
Like, I really despise this track, and I'm glad that it made it to
Top,
number 6,
number five,
number 5,
joint fifth. Yeah.
joint fifth.
To be fair,
I'm happy with that.
It made because I'm a loser and I ranked every single track, all 96. It came 13th worst for me, so it just missed out on the list.
Yeah,
But I
think it would just out for mine.
But most of my like bottom lists are the desert tracks because they're like
Yeah.
some of the worst in the game. It's not the worst one for me, but it's like.
Well, I mean, let's
it's
be
up
honest.
there.
We've got this. Cheeseland is basically a desert track. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
We've got Calamari
Like, so we've
Desert.
got that. There's another
Desert
desert
on the
track.
moon.
There is another desert track that I am expecting to come up as well. I will just say
We've got Dry Dry, we've got Sat Sat Calamari, we've got Sunset Wilds. Most of these aren't.
Calamari is the only one that I somewhat like, but even then, it's just okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the rest of them I don't like at all.
Yeah. I feel like that's
Like, they never do anything good with desert tracks. They're always just the same uninspired shit. The only desert track that I like is Bone Dry Ruins on the Wii.
Yes.
Because that was the one where you actually go inside the ruins, and it's like something totally different.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever liked. The rest of them can all just go die. I don't care, unless you count Shy Guy Bazaar as a desert track, because it's kind of in a desert, but it's not really a desert.
It's not really
track.
a desert track. I would say there's no like sand bits really.
Yeah. So
yeah.
No, desert track can go do one. Like Mario Kart 9, give us a decent desert track, please.
Please. Give me desert.
we need it.
So 31 points, 5th place, Bone Dry Juice. Joint with it is a GameCube track.
Ooh.
What?
Okay.
GameCube track.
No, I'm not surprised by this. They've had some there's a couple of GameCube tracks in the game that are kind of stinkers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this one is again in 8 DLC. Baby Park.
Oh, Baby Park. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That'd be in my top 10.
That's the
I
thing,
do
right?
love
I put this first because you know my hatred is goddamn track.
Yeah.
I love Baby Park, but it's such a polarizing course. I'm not surprised to see it this high. Baby Park is one of those tracks that is so polarizing. It'll probably be in strong contention for top 10 as well as bottom 10.
I know, that's what I hate about it, because literally people love it and I'm like, you're driving, it's basically a boring NASCAR track. You do this. Amazing. 7 laps. Each lap takes 9 seconds. There's so many item boxes. You get bullshit everywhere. You go first and like you get hit by 1 red shell, you're in 10th, and you went, brilliant. And then you're winning and you go, oh, I'm winning, and then am I actually second? Am I second? I don't know who I'm taking. And then the person you think's in first gets a bullet bill and say, that's definitely not the person in first place. And then it's like, brilliant. The only thing that's good about it is the music, and that is it. That's the only thing
great.
good. That's the only thing I actually like about Baby Park.
I mean, the track itself, yeah, it is boring. If you do it as a time trial, oh
God.
Imagine
The thing is,
Baby Park.
the thing is, right, Baby Park. You know, if you do the inside, if you look outside, like all of like the theme park and all that stuff, if the track went through the theme park, it would have been absolutely amazing with the same music, brilliant. But it's literally
I will
just.
agree with that.
It's literally
There's
just.
like
I'm doing this.
a lot of
I'm
the
doing
scenery.
this. I'm doing this. Brilliant. Done.
I
Excellent.
agree with that. A lot of the scenery around it, like they could have made a much cooler track than they did.
yeah.
But
But then at the same time, I just love the chaos on it.
yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think you have to kind of like embrace the chaos of Baby Park, like and just accept that there's no skill involved at all. It's entirely just luck of the draw who wins it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for me, that's one of the only reasons. That's the reason I like it, because I'm well aware that I'm not the best Mario Kart player in the world, and Baby Park is the biggest equalizer out there. Like,
Yeah.
it's the only track where like we could be playing with like Holly and she might win.
Yeah.
because she might just get a bullet bill on lap 7 and win.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Sorry if you're watching this, Holly, but I speak nothing but facts.
It also annoys me that there are so many good GameCube tracks not in the game, and Baby Park is there. There's no Dino Jungle. There's no Wario Stadium. There's no Bowser's Castle. There's like all these amazing tracks that Baby Park's like.
Dino Jungle and Wario Coliseum are the ones that I'm sad about. I do wish those could have
Like
made it.
even Peach Beach, I would take that over Baby Park. I would take.
Peach Beach.
I would take. What else would I take? What else is missing? What else is missing?
Luigi Circuit.
Luigi Circuit is like
Luigi
Baby Park.
Right.
Luigi Circuit is Baby Park, like literally done like this. It's just
Luigi
stretched out.
I don't want to go on a huge tangent about
like
GameCube tracks, but I do at the very least like that Luigi Circuit has a bit where like both sides of the track combine and you're all racing on one.
Yeah, on that little bit there, and then there's like the big.
Like that's cool. I like that bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we won't go on a huge tangent about GameCube tracks.
Pardon?
Said some of the tour tracks technically do that, but you have to buy on 50cc for it to happen.
Yeah, because obviously, unless you're like winning by loads, you don't actually cross them over. Yeah. So that was joint fifth. We had.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's
Baby
joint
Park.
fifth, even though I don't agree at all.
Top 4. Just missing out on that podium spot. 35 points, so 4 points more. Is a game which is in the base game. It was I think N64 track.
Okay.
It's got loads of cars driving around it.
Okay.
Toad's Turnpike.
Toad's Turnpike. This again is where the. I think this again is where the opinions of like the people who play Mario Kart at like a high skill level come in, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, I quite like Toad's Turnpike. Like, sure, it doesn't. It's not like the most exciting course in the world, but I just like the theme of it. I like the courses that have other traffic, and I just think it's like it's just kind of a classic, you know. But from a competitive standpoint, there's really no strategy to it. Like, it's a very wide road. There's really no like. There's no shortcuts really. Like, there's nothing special you can really do on it.
Unless you jump off like the lorries and stuff and glide over stuff, but that's about it really.
Yeah, that's about it.
And like, obviously the bit where you go around on the side.
Yeah.
At the end.
So I totally get why like people who play the game in that way would have this high up, because there's nothing to it really.
Yeah.
Like it'd be basically the same as having a track that is quite literally just a straight line, you know. Like, that's the equivalent of it in terms of strategy. There is none.
there isn't really, is there? No.
But I'm not gonna lie, I like this track. I like the tracks that have traffic in. I just think it's fun.
Like with all, if you like listed all the traffic tracks, this would be like top 3 for me probably, but not like
I mean we've had quite a few of them at this point. Like I think my favourite one is always going to be well, not always, but at the moment my favourite one is Moonview Highway. But I prefer the original version that was on the Wii, where the tracks the cars literally just went like vroom, around the corner at you.
Yeah.
Like I wish they hadn't slowed them down in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
But Moonview Highway is still my favourite.
Yeah. Like if you compared them to, yes, Moonview Highway is like miles clear. But I do get why people hate Toad's Turnpike, because you're trying you think I'm doing well, and then the car just goes hits you. Brilliant, fantastic. Like would it be even more interesting if they had bomb cars on Toad's Turnpike? Probably yes.
Yes.
Probably and also if the cars went a bit faster.
And the mushroom cars, which were on obviously GameCube days, where you hit it and the mushroom would pop out.
You know what they should do to make the track more realistic is they should add roadworks everywhere. You got to navigate around those.
Yeah,
that'd be much more realistic.
Just randomly, each time is different roadworks everywhere. Yeah. So that was number 4, just missing out on the top 3.
Okay. I'm sure Toad's Turnpike is so devastated to not be in the top 3 most hated.
It was close because third place got 36 points.
Oh, so how many points more?
1 point more.
1 point more. Oh
so we're in the top 3. It's on 36. Okay. The max is 170.
Yeah, this is quite. I mean, I'm not surprised. There's 96 tracks. Like, the opinions are going to be very like widely spread.
We have a retro course.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a GameCube course.
Okay.
It's not the one you're thinking of. It's very cold.
Okay.
Sherbet.
What?
Sherbet Dib Dab.
Sherbet Land.
With Sherbet Land.
That's what the thing is, right? I was like, the GameCube tracks are the best ones. Game tracks are the best ones. We've already got 2 in the top 5. So yeah, Sherbet Land.
So one, two, three, four. This is my fifth one that's in my list. I wasn't actually expecting this to be in the top 10. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
But,
top
yeah,
three,
I have this
Jake.
I have this at number 7 personally.
What's wrong? I like Sherbet Land. I know it's not as good as the
Okay.
GameCube one, but I like Sherbet Land.
My thing with it
Yeah.
is that it's, for me, it feels really arduous to play, and by that I mean it feels very slow. Like, there's a lot of areas where, like, especially like the starting area, where there's like that huge patch of ice that you go over, and like
Yeah.
you either like drift round the water, which is really slow because the ice makes you drift further than you should,
Yeah.
and then you got to like slowly slide past the Shy Guys,
Yeah.
or you go underwater, which is also really really slow, and you never get around those pillars, and it's just really really slow.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix of that. I think it doesn't really feel like there's much in the way of like shortcuts at all. Like, there's that one bit where you go in the tunnel where you can go on the wall, but that's
Yeah.
not
Really a
like a
shortcut.
major
If that's
shortcut. Going
speed.
underwater feels like it should be a shortcut, but
It's
it's
not.
actually slower
Yeah.
than just
Yeah.
going
On
over
the ice.
ground.
Yeah.
And I think that it just, out of the ice tracks in the game, I just think it's not as interesting as the others. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't think it's as interesting as some of the others. When you look at like Snowland and Rosalina's Ice World, I think those are at least a bit more inspired. I think Shadowland is
Snowboard Cross and whatnot.
not
Yeah.
really. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think there's like, especially when you've got like, you got like Mount Wario, which is basically an ice track,
Yeah.
and that's so good.
Yeah.
And then you got Sherbetland up against. I mean, I think that's the thing as well. I think in the base game for ice tracks, you literally had Mount Wario versus Sherbetland.
Yeah.
So there's no contest there. Really.
Honestly, if we did a top 20, I think this would be 20 for me. But
Yeah,
I am
I mean-
GameCube biased, so
Yeah, with the GameCube nostalgia, I can understand that.
plus I think the GameCube one was better than that one because
No, I think it was.
because
Especially what they're ice blocks when you hit him, didn't you?
yeah, like in the last bit, if you is on obviously the Switch one, you hit the ice like things, you just literally spin out, don't you? Or did you just break through them? I
Yeah.
can't remember. I haven't hit them in ages, so I can't remember. But on the GameCube one, you hit them, you freeze and have to stop for like 2 seconds, and then you move
Okay.
on. Obviously, at the,
Yeah, that does sound familiar actually.
And
I haven't
then
played that
at the
much in
start,
ages,
at the start, are there ice skating Shy Guys at the start of Sherbetland on the Switch one, or not? Or they just
yeah,
there?
the ice skating Shy Guys are there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right before the tunnel.
Yeah, so there's two, like the track is like a little bit like not as wide on the GameCube one,
Yeah,
but obviously there's a water bit there which you follow and you just literally just
yeah.
to get dropped out back in again. So I feel like it's better on the GameCube because there's less like obviously there's no underwater bit, but I still like it as a. I like the music of it.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think that is probably the main thing. Is that the underwater bit, like
Yeah.
obviously, like the big new bit they've added for Mario Kart 8, and
Yeah.
it's not that good. Like, it feels like it should be a shortcut, and it's just not.
No,
it's just
not a
really
shortcut.
slow.
Yeah.
And, like, there's nothing interesting there.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was third place Sherbetland. Sherbet Dib Dab.
But I wasn't expecting it to be that high. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I really thought that was gonna be dry desert. I'm not gonna lie.
Second place is not a retro track.
Okay, I thought if you were about to say it's dry desert, I swear.
It's a retro 40 points, so 4 points more. It's not a retro
Right.
track. It came again Mario Kart 8 DLC track.
Okay.
I would say it's kind of similar to Baby Park, but not Baby Park.
Okay. I know
Excite
what it
Bike.
is.
Yeah, it's Excite Bike.
It's
It's
Excite
Excite Bike.
Bike.
Yeah, it's Excite Bike.
Okay.
The problem
It's
is,
just-
right, I like Excite Bike, but I don't. But because I like the bit where you do tricks. It's Baby Park. If Baby Park was like Excite Bike, I'd like it.
Yeah, okay, so obviously the people who voted for this, like, for the most part, are the same people who don't like Baby Park because it's not competitive. I think a lot of this is based on what is considered not competitive, and Excite Bike is obviously not because it's just a long oval. I do get that. I really do get that.
Two
But
people had it first.
two people had it first. Okay,
Yes.
who are they? Name and shame.
Lanky and Ness.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. So they both play Mario Kart at quite a high level.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where this is obviously where it comes from, and like,
Yeah.
I totally get that it's not the most interesting track in terms of like high level play, but it's so fun.
I
It's
love
so
it,
fun. just doing all the tricks over it, just doing all of those tricks, and the fact that the layout is slightly different every time you play it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like bullshit shortcuts or anything. Like, if anything, those bullshit shortcut is getting a mushroom and avoiding the ramps entirely.
Yeah, you
Somehow
go on the
going
grass
with a mushroom is the best shortcut.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's really fun. It's just like you said, it kind of is like. It's kind of like they took the same idea that they had with Baby Park, but they made it slightly more controlled chaos. So it's like really more.
That's
fun
the chaos. I like controlled chaos. I hate fucking Baby Park chaos because you actually can't. Okay.
Yeah.
Just...
I'm not surprised that it's high up because of like the, demographic of people that we've asked.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't agree at all. But I understand why they don't like it because there's no strategy.
There's no strategy.
There's no strategy at all. It's just it's literally just like go forward, like keep spamming the trick button and occasionally do a drift.
Yeah,
that's it.
And avoiding the mud patches. Woo.
Yeah.
But it is a good track. It's a good track. So, first place.
First place
is, I hate to say this.
Oh no.
It's another GameCube track.
Oh.
How many GameCube tracks? Okay, before we all know which one it is. How many GameCube tracks are in Mario Kart 8 right now?
I added this up earlier today. Actually, I think it's like 7 or 8.
3 of them are in the top 5 worst.
3 of them are in the top 5.
And I've been campaigning for GameCube track to be in the game this entire time. But to be fair,
we're campaigning for them, right? Because the ones that were added in the base game are like the worst selection.
Yes, they are.
And there were so many better ones.
They really are. Yeah, Dry Desert. They've won. They won it
Dry
first.
Desert. It's not how I really slammed my hand. It's not. It's my number 4. It's one of my 4 that I hate.
49 points was first place. 49 points. Let's just clarify. In the last top 10 we did, the top 2 had 80 plus, and we asked less people. So, yeah, Dry Desert is is now officially the worst track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wow. So I had Desert number 4. This is one of my 4 tracks that I hate. I thought that all 4 of them would come up, but my 4th one was Donut Plains 3. I thought that was going to be in here somewhere, but it wasn't.
I like MP3.
I've just looked at my list, and only 3 of them are actually in my in this top 15, and 2 of them are my top 2.
How many have I got on there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of mine, which is what I predicted. 6 of them are in the top 10. But yeah, Dry Desert, I think it suffers from a lot of things. I think, again, it's a desert track, and
desert tracks aren't never that good. Yeah.
I think, like, the shortcuts are not really that good.
The shortcut at the end is BS.
Yeah, like, there's a bullshit shortcut at the end. The other shortcuts aren't that good. I think the, like, Sand Vortex bit, where you can, like, use a mushroom to speed through it, which is technically a shortcut, but it kind of just, like, dragging you back, so it doesn't feel good to do.
I don't like the things they added from the, again, like with Sherbet, they added bits which ruined it.
Yeah.
Because
like this...
in the GameCube one, if you go, you can't zoom straight through the thing, because if you go into the hole, big monster eats you. Yeah. There's sand tornadoes around, which if you go up, you go flying up and you come back down again. Yeah, obviously, the caterpillars, not the caterpillars, the cactuses at the start.
Pokies.
The pokies at the start. Are they still there? I don't think they're still there.
I think they're still there, but they're literally no threat at all.
There's no threat at all.
They
are a threat in
GameCube.
So they are so much of a threat in GameCube. And then there's no water bit.
They move so slow that you would have to be, you'd have to have your eyes shut to go into one of them. So I just think
he's Mario Kart blind.
I just think this track is like a mix of like a not very interesting layout, shortcuts that don't make sense or are too bullshit, like obstacles that aren't really obstacles. It's got a boring desert theme and then a boring underwater bit to top it off. Like those weird geysers that shoot water up. It doesn't feel good to go in one of those. It feels like it should get a boost, but you don't.
Yeah.
And it's got a bullshit shortcut at the end. And the fact that it comes from a game that had so many good tracks and they chose this over some of the better ones.
Yeah. even if you said, because Joy Desert was in the first cup, so it kind of makes sense. It's bad, but obviously in that cup as well was Baby Park, which is added, which was bad. Like we said, Sherbet Land was added, which was bad. So the only good GameCube tracks they added to the game were DK Mountain, which was DLC. They added Daisy Cruiser.
Yeah.
Added.
Yeah. I tell you what. Yeah.
What was that?
Sorry.
Well, I was trying to think what other GameCube tracks from the game now we've not talked about.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just get up what all the tracks are really quickly.
DK Mountain, Daisy Cruiser.
So we've got Baby Park, Dry Desert,
Yeah.
Daisy Cruiser,
Yeah.
Waluigi Stadium.
Waluigi Stadium, another one.
Land,
Good.
Yoshi Circuit.
Yoshi Circuit, technically added good DLC. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yoshi Circuit, I would argue that in the base game, Yoshi Circuit is
Was
the
the
only
only good
GameCube
track.
track that we had.
And the other three were added.
I mean, it's subjective, right? I would consider Baby Park a good track, but I know a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah.
But Yoshi Circuit is the only one that I'd say is like, objectively good that was in the base game. All the good ones that we've got now are the ones that
the DLC ones.
In the booster course. Daisy Cruiser, Waluigi Stadium, DK Mountain.
They were all added late booster as well. Not early booster.
Yeah.
Late booster.
And those three are all great, but we got them so
late. Yeah.
Compared to the base game. Like,
I know. If you don't include the DLC, the only two GameCube tracks in the entire game are Sherbet Dib Dab and Dry Desert.
Which is a very good selection.
Which is like if you went to the GameCube War and went, right, which two games in this game should I pick from? You probably pick two of the worst 5 in the game. Or 3.
Yeah.
Like the two worst 4 in the game. Because I know there's only 16 tracks in the game. We probably pick some of the worst ones. There's no Wario Stadium, Castle.
Like if when they make Mario Kart 9, they think, right, what tracks should we bring over from Mario Kart 8? And they choose fucking Dolphin Shoals and Sweet Canyon, two just forgettable tracks.
I know. It's stupid. Nintendo, why you? So yeah, that's our top 15.
Just not being funny. If they make a Mario Kart 9 and they don't bring back Mount Wario or Electrodrome or Toad Harbor.
Toad Harbor.
They're actually stupid if they don't bring back Toad Harbor.
They're actually stupid. Mario Kart 9, just make it like Smash Bros. Just add all the tracks.
Just literally give us everything.
Just give me everything.
And then we never have to buy another game again.
Well, they will, because they'll make new tracks.
What they really should do is give us tracks where you can do a reverse mode. Actually have reverse mode be a thing.
In Tour.
Like in Tour. Yeah. Do that thing that you did in Tour, but do it in a game that's actually good.
Do all the things you did in Tour, put them in the Switch. I know you tried to do it with the DLC, but there's all the different costumes.
The tracks they actually did it on for the DLC. I mean, the last lap of Peach Gardens is amazing.
Yeah.
It's great when they actually managed to pull it off, but I can see why there's some tracks that it maybe wouldn't work. I mean, I don't know exactly how you do a reverse of Shy Guy Falls or something, driving up the wall. Well, I guess you already do.
You drive up. You have to drive down the waterfall.
What tracks are there that wouldn't make sense for a reverse track?
Baby
I guess
Park.
Mount Wario would be a bit weird. Going up the mountain.
They did have reverse Baby Park.
Oh yeah, that's mirror mode.
Well, reverse Baby Park is just it's just mirror mode. Reverse Mount Wario would be quite weird.
Rainbow Road?
Can you imagine reverse Excite Bike Arena where all the ramps, you just have the flat ends of them. You can't try to drive around them.
Yeah. Very weird. So so that was our top 15. Only 3 of the tracks made my list.
6 of them made mine.
2 of them made mine.
Okay, so the ones that did, so obviously Baby Park and Athens Dash were my top 2. They were on the list.
Actually, 3 of them made mine.
I had Mario Kart Stadium in 3rd because I went through every single, like I said before, I went through all the tracks and said, would I choose this over that? Every time Mario Kart Stadium was here and it just went like this. Every time.
Mario Kart Stadium is just very
the plain boring. I would never my thing was if I wouldn't pick it in online if there were 3 other tracks, I don't think I'd ever pick Mario Kart Stadium. Unless it was Mario Kart Stadium, Athens Dash and Baby Park, then I might pick Mario Kart Stadium. But that's the only reason why. Then I had Mario Circuit GBA because Again,
Okay.
I thought that's similar to Mario Kart Stadium. Not. Then I had Yoshi Valley
Okay, I could get that. I could get
because
behind that.
because there are so many routes to go to, but only one's actually the right way to go. There's the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
There's the bullshit shortcuts like all over the place on it as well. It's like ah, don't like it.
Yeah, Yoshi Valley. I really want them to, in like Mario Kart 9, maybe do another track like Yoshi Valley, but go to a really like big extent to make sure that there's no one optimal path.
Yeah, there's all different ones.
Yeah.
Royal
Yeah.
Raceway I put as well. Again,
Royal Waste, Royal Waste,
Royal
Royal
Wayfway.
Raceway. I like that track.
I just find it dull, so that's why I put it.
Mm.
Then I had Snake's Mario Circuit 3, Sunset Wilds, another
That's a
desert
while.
track.
That would have been in
Not-
my top 15.
Not great.
I think that was my number 11 actually. I think they just barely missed out.
Like on the when the game it first came out on, there was day-night cycles. Each lap was different and like interesting. This one was like great. I don't like
Yeah,
the,
it's
like,
like
the
Sunset
mud piles.
Wilds, where the Sunset Wilds where the sun never
Doesn't
sets,
set.
so it's just wild.
Had Ribbon Road in ninth, so that was kind of
Ribbon Road, the only thing I don't like about Ribbon Road is the shortcut at the end.
yeah.
I
Ribbon
think
Road is
it
kind of,
ruins it.
and then I had Boo Lake in last.
Ooh, don't tell Springlock that.
Yeah, put Boo
I
Lake.
think God's forgot us there.
I just feel like
It's,
it's
I
not.
like.
It gives me
I
like
like
Sky High Sunday vibes, but it's not as interesting as Sky High Sunday because there's lots of like jumping and like going. But yeah,
I'm surprised Sky High Sunday didn't make this list actually.
yeah.
No.
I've got some honorable mentions.
Was it Alfred's list?
Alca's list. It
So I
was.
reckon
It was like sixth with Alcaraz.
okay, I'm surprised it was that low.
Yeah. So
I mean, looking at my list, like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
so what was missing from your
There
list?
you go.
We're so British. Oh,
Um,
you go. No, you go.
Well, my list. Okay, so 6 of mine were in the list. I had
Yeah.
Bone Dry Dunes at number 1, Cheeseland
Yeah.
number 2. I had Donut Plains at number 3. Which
EP3,
for me,
yeah.
I just think it's better than Mario Circuit 3, but I think it has the same issue where they didn't do enough to make it feel interesting.
Yeah.
It just feels really bland and boring to me.
Mm.
Dry Desert. Like,
Yeah.
those are my 4 that I hate. Then 5th is Toad Circuit. 6th is Mario Circuit 3.
Yeah.
7th is Charlotte Land.
Yeah.
8th, I've got Dolphin Shoals.
A lot of people. Dolphin Shoals was very close to
That was
getting
my
top
number
15.
2.
Yeah, I just find it really
Dolphin
not
Shoals
interesting
is-
at all.
I know Monsuno absolutely despises this track, right? And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to pick it because it's funny. Then I went through the list. I was like, actually, I do somewhat understand why he doesn't like it. There's not much
It's not-
happening.
There's not much happening. It's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Number 9, I've got Sweet Sweet Canyon, which again I just think is like the theme is fun, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I let it off because
Um,
like the very like early, like the first like cup.
yeah,
so
it's literally the first cup.
Yeah.
So it's a really simple track, and I understand why, but
Yeah.
it's not that
it's
interesting.
yeah.
And then number 10, I've got Riverside Park.
I like Riverside Park.
I like that.
See, for me, I'm not a big fan because the thing I don't like about it is I don't like the bit where you come out of the waterfall
And it's right. Yeah.
and you like plummet down
Yeah.
the floor. It doesn't feel right because it feels
Yeah.
like you lose all your momentum. Like I don't,
Yeah.
and I don't like the like I don't like the kind of like muddy kind of vibe it's got going on. Like I'm not really a
Yeah.
fan of that. So yeah, that's my lowest one. But admittedly, like that was, I thought long and hard about that because it was very nearly. I'm just looking at my list now. So Sunset Wilds very nearly made it. Other ones I had quite low. I had Mario Circuit GBA.
Yeah.
I had Sky Garden, Water Park, Ribbon Road.
Yeah.
To be fair, I had Mario Kart Stadium at my number 16. Actually, I thought it was
Yeah.
higher than that.
Yeah.
Moo Moo Meadows.
Bloody Moo Moo Meadows.
Moo Moo Meadows is my number 18.
Was Hayes, what did you have missing from your list?
So number 1 was TikTok.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Dolphin Shoals.
Yeah. It got first
I
15
don't like
points.
it.
It came 23rd.
And like I said before on, I can't remember which video.
Yeah.
The actual time trial battle for it is horrible.
Yeah, you've told us
There's
before.
no-
It's the hardest one to do, and it's like,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense because Dolphin Shoals team doesn't seem to be like a difficult track.
No.
I know. GBA Mario Circuit,
Yeah,
Excite Bike,
yeah. Number 2. Yeah,
Tokyo Blur. It's a bit boring.
Tokyo Blur got 16 points, so just missing out on the top 15.
I just missed out. I don't mind Tokyo Blur. Cheap Beach.
Cheap Beach.
Oh my god, I love Cheap Beach. Oh, I love Cheap Beach. I mean, that's DS nostalgia speaking. Mario Kart DS is my GameCube.
That's GameCube. Yeah.
I've got so much nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
I like Peach Beach. I think Peach Beach is the only beach track I've ever really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What beach tracks do I really like?
Then it's Boo Lake.
Yeah. Boo Lake, yeah.
I mean, it's alright, I don't mind it. If it comes up, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Unless it's like 7 times in a row.
Who would ever vote for that 7 times in a row?
Oh, who would do that and land on it every time? I can't believe who would do that.
Actual just
sociopath would do that, yeah.
And, yeah. Then I had Swamp Ruins.
I like Swamp Ruins.
I like Swamp Ruins. That was in my top 10 for so long until I got to the DLC where it just went.
Yeah, in the base game it was in my top 10.
Yeah.
And then Water Park.
Yeah, Water Park's pretty boring.
It's boring, but there are some good things in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, I would go for
the Water Park is the shortcut.
Yeah.
Where you go through the spinning cups.
I would go through all the honorable mentions, but there's literally 73 different ones. But
yeah.
I
think we've covered some of the other ones that people really didn't like.
I just want to say Animal Crossing was 1 point off being in our top 15.
Ooh.
Tokyo, Berlin and Shy Guy Falls and London Loop were very close as well.
Can you give us a sneak preview of, like, not all of them, but just like a small handful of some of the ones that got 0 points?
He's gonna think. I have to think.
I'm gonna have to think now. I'm writing down. I know Yoshi Circus hasn't got any points. I know DK Mountain hasn't got any points. I know.
Yeah, got to note it down.
I didn't get note down. I can tell you what people put as first who didn't make the top 15.
Sure,
Daisy Circuit got a top 10. Obviously, I had Baby Park. There was a Daisy Circuit first. There was an Excite Bike first. Cloud Top first. Lil had Wee Rainbow Road first.
Yeah. Yeah, he showed me that before he sent it to you, and I wanted to strangle him. I was like, what the fuck have you done
He messaged me and he said Rainbow Road, and I said, which one? He said, can I put all of them together? I'm like, no. And then I said, do you want the top 5 to be Rainbow Road? And he said, no. I was like, well, this makes even less sense. So he said he put Wee Rainbow Road first, and then put all the other Rainbow Roads 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So, that sounds like my favourite character being seven.
It's one of the best Rainbow Roads in there.
It is. Like, it goes Wii, 3DS, and then like SNES 64.
Like for me, it is 3DS, Wii, SNES, 64, Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 one can go away. I hate it. It's so boring.
Wii, 3DS, SNES, 8, 64. Yeah. So we've got Excite Bike. Burley put Waluigi Pinball first. I can see why. I can see why. Hayes put TikTok Clock. Hayes, you're not going to like this. Put Sprangle. Put Paris first.
Right. I'll put Blue Lake first instead then.
Foss put Bone Dry first. Alcrest put Toad Circuit first. Luke put Singapore Speedway first, which I found very interesting.
Wow, tasteless.
His top 3 are Singapore, Berlin, and London. So I feel like he doesn't like the tour track that much.
I'm surprised the tour tracks didn't come up as much as they did. Actually, I thought a lot of people weren't as big fans of them.
Sam put Neo Bowser City first, which I kind of get.
Okay. It's not a favourite. But...
Yeah, Eggy put Cheeseland. Susie put Dragon Driftway. Lily put Baby Park as well. So me and Lily carried Baby Park to 5th place.
Yeah.
Also, you put Bone Dry Dunes. So yeah, that's kind of it, really.
I see. Well, what we are definitely going to do though, before we do, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this is already going to know that we're going to do a revised top 10 favorites.
Reversed order. Yeah. Yeah.
You're definitely going to have to work out the 23 tracks that got zero
Zero
votes
points.
here.
Yeah.
And see how that compares
Yes,
when we
do
actually do our top 10.
Yes. That'd
Yeah.
be very
For
interesting.
example, will I don't know. Will Athens make the top 10?
No, it will not. I can put money now. Out of all the top 15, I think only maybe Baby Park and maybe TikTok Clock might make the top 10. That's
Yeah,
about maybe Dragon, but TikTok and Baby Park I think will make the top 15 on the reverse
I think
list.
Baby Park's got a really good chance because it's so polarizing.
Yeah.
And Lil will 100% put it first just to annoy you.
Of course he will. Of course he will. So yeah, that was our top 10 worst tracks in Mario Kart 8. That was thanks to Foss, who spent the 10,000 channel points on Twitch for it. He's the only one who's done that so far. So if anyone else would like to suggest any video for us to do, 10,000 channel points, Bish Bash Boss on the list, tick, tick, tick. So yes.
I'm sure we've got 96 Mario Kart tracks. I'm sure there's plenty of other categories we could do. I mentioned about doing tour tracks only.
Tour tracks only.
Like, I might redeem that, to be honest.
We could do the tour tracks. We could do... we've done specific consoles. We've done films before. We've done Pokemon. There's so much stuff we could do. So let us know in the comments what your...
We could do top 10 politicians from the 1950s. We could do...
oh, dear.
Top 10 discontinued Pringles flavours. Top 10 primary colours.
There's only 3 primary colours.
Yeah.
Red, blue, or gorilla.
Top 10 Teletubbies.
I like this shade of red better than this shade of red.
Top 10 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. That's a good one.
Easy. Top 10 British comedy shows. Top 10 panel shows. Top 10 numbers.
Top 10 numbers. Oh my god.
My favourite number is
number
15.
10 is number 7.
My favourite number is 1.
So, if you guys have enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 300 on YouTube right now. We're 12 away. So, can we get there? Let's wait and see. Let us know your worst tracks in the comment section down below if we've not mentioned it. And yeah, check all the socials down below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.